Hi everyone, welcome to the Zero Fucks Club podcast. I'm your host Z, and I'm being spontaneous right now because I'm watching the red carpet for the Golden Globes here on E, and I just have too many opinions that I feel like I need to share with whoever wants to listen to this on what people are wearing and saying and the movies and the TV shows and all that kind of stuff. So that's what this podcast is going to be about. I must, before she walks away from my face, talk about Jennifer Lopez, who took all the leftover Christmas wrappings that she had and wrapped them around herself. And that's what she's dressed like. I'm in complete and utter shock at the horrificness of this dress. It is a giant bow that is gold and green. And then the bottom of the dress is a big white tablecloth. It's like... And she has her hair is all wrapped up in like braids. She's lost her mind. Like she... I mean... You know, she doesn't always have to come in the fucking green Gucci, you know, with everything hanging out. But at the same time, it's like, what? It doesn't have to be ugly. That was truly ugly. Here's Kerry Washington. She's wearing like a tuxedo top with no bra and what looks like a diamonds, like a belt across her boobs, and then pants. Or no, a long skirt. That's shiny. I'm telling you, I am not. What prompted me to get on this podcast is because mostly I'm here, you know, in my house by myself watching this on a Sunday night, and I need to talk out loud. So I'll pretend I'm talking to someone by talking to all you people, and that I've seen a lot of hideous fashions. Sorry, Tiffany Haddish is on now. She's hard not to listen to, and she's wearing a pink ruched. You know, it's fine, except it's very pink. It's like Barbie pink. It is a pink I'm not a fan of. But again, another in pink is Kirsten Dunst. I feel like she always wears something that looks like she took her childhood bedspread, and then like ripped it up and put it on somehow. Reese Witherspoon has arrived. She's wearing white, some kind of white with a big floofy front. Jennifer Aniston was wearing black with a ruffle across the boob. It was completely plain and boring. I'm surprised I even remembered what it looked like. So that was kind of disappointing because sometimes she can be, you know, kind of fun and interesting, and but no, on that. Who else was I thinking about? That cute Beanie Feldstein was here. She was in the bookstore movie, but just in sort of an unflattering, off the shoulder dress, like a strapless dress, and a braid in her hair, but it was like a headband braid, and then she didn't have a necklace on. And so I just feel like when you have big boobs and you have a strapless dress and it's all one big area of skin, you need something to break it up. Just a necklace or something like that, or straps. You know, it doesn't make that like swath of skin look such. Your eye draws straight to it. Speaking of, there's a woman who works on E. Her name is Erin. She's one of the correspondents or whatever, and she's not one of the two main ones, of course, but she has on this pretty sparkly dress, and then she has on one sleeve that is this long, like a sleeve that doesn't go all the way up, it doesn't touch the dress. It's as if it's like an opera length glove, but it's not a glove because it doesn't cover her hand, but it's floppy where her hand is. So every time she moves her hand, like this piece of fabric is like flopping around, but there is no glove on the other side. It is the oddest thing I have seen, maybe except for J-Lo. Since this whole thing began. I am flabbergasted at this like little piece of fabric. It's as if the dressmaker said, "Well, I have this extra fabric that I don't know what to do with the dress, so I'm just gonna like wrap it around your arm, and then you can just wear it like that." Okay, and that'll be cool. Except it's not at all cool. It looks totally strange. So that's that. Trying to see if I can see who else I was thinking about earlier, because they're coming fast and furious now down the carpets. Juliana Rancic looks nice. She's I like a sparkly dress. I think I've said that before. Oh, that Ana de Armas that everyone is, all up in arms about with Chris Evans, who's in the Knives Out movie with him, and who everybody's shipping him with now. She looked beautiful. Full sparkle ball gown. I'm like, you get it, girl. It's just her first time here. She's Cuban, I guess. I learned that about her. And so I say, you're pretty, you're new, this is your first time, do it up. So I think it was either black or a very dark navy, very, very sequined dress. Loved it. There's a lot of color going on. I saw the girl from The Politician, Zoe, I think her name is, in yellow. But if you listen to my Oscar podcast, you will know that I do not like yellow on anyone but black women. I think that's the only skin color that can pull off yellow. Everyone else looks like they have jaundice. There's some kind of sallow, I just don't like, especially like a canary yellow. So I didn't like that one either. Here's Saoirse Ronan, who's so beautiful. I have to listen to her accent because I love it so much. It's the Irish. She's Irish. She's wearing like a naked dress. It's like it looks like what's it called? The armor that they used to wear in olden days. I want to say meal. It starts with an M. Okay, it'll come to me. You probably know what I mean. It's like sparkly. It's barely held together. It's kind of see-through. And it's just a strappy dress, and you can see her, sort of boobs on the side. Which is fine, because she's like 22, young, pretty, thin. She has tiny little boobs, so she can pull it off. But there's a lot of side boob going on. Now here's ScarJo. She's slicked her hair back very severely into a bun, and a red dress with a low cut. And it looks velvety. It matches the red carpet. And the Christmas season that just passes by again. Oh, here's Goopy Gwyneth Paltrow. She's wearing a bra with see-through, like a skin-colored, lots of see-through fabric. Oh, here's a. Why are the Jonas? Why is Priyanka Chopra here? She is wearing the same pink that Tiffany Haddish is wearing. It's almost the same dress. We know I'm not a fan of Priyanka Chopra. Why is she there? She's in nothing. She's not a good actress. She's not in anything that's nominated. Neither is he. Is Jumanji nominated? Because that's all the movie he was in this year. And I just feel like, they're just fame whores. Okay, Ryan's now talking to Reese Witherspoon. Again, it's a white dress with like a weird leafy ruffle in the front, and she's like slicked her hair flat, and then the makeup is kind of like around her eyes. It makes her look like a zombie, or that she's gotten over an illness lately, and her eyes are all red. It's like a pink eyeshadow. I'm not feeling this look at all, basically. That's what you're getting from me. It's just like her hair has too much, like, it's supposed to be wet. But I hate that look when it's supposed to be wet. Because it just looks wet and, like, greasy. And it's very sharply cut at the bottom. Yeah, not a fan, Reese. Sorry. Charlize Theron is behind her. Her hair is also very, very short and very extreme. This is a theme I'm seeing as well. And it's, let's see, it's, it's slicked down. And the wet look. Ryan keeps helping everyone down and, like, holding them back for the next person. So, Charlize Theron is in a green, like, Grecian kind of dress with a built-in corset underneath, which you can see on one side, because it only has one side. Dior, obviously, because she is Dior. And then with, like, a weird kind of necklace that is pretty, but I don't know, it's just a lot to pull off. I guess she can pull it off because she's tall and gorgeous, and I mean, she's like a foot taller than Ryan Seacrest. Easy. She's just towering over him. I think she should stand up straight, because I think she's kind of hunching over to honking to, like, not be as 40 inches taller than him. I bet he just got on a box, because suddenly he doesn't look as short. I swear he has a box that he gets on these things. So, and he always asks them, like, so how is the Golden Globes going for you right now? I'm like, dude, and they're always like, I just got out of the taxi or the limo, and they swooped me up here, and I'm talking to you. Like, he knows he's the first person on the red carpet. Why does he keep asking everybody this? I don't know. But, what will we do without Ryan Seacrest running the show at all times? He's still, it's all he does for E, I think. Of course, he's not on the news anymore, or maybe he produces things now, and he's just more behind the scenes, but he's wearing a green velvet suit, by the way, in case anybody cared about that. I saw Christina Applegate earlier. She's had work done to her face. I barely recognized her. I saw her walk up the stairs as someone else was talking, and I was like, who is this blonde lady coming up here? I did look really close. Then finally he said, Christina Applegate. I was like, oh, God. I just wish they would quit fucking with their faces. Her dress was very pretty. It was sparkly silver or something, and, it was very nice. But I'm like, just let it happen. But, take care of your skin. But you're going to get some wrinkles sometimes, and that's fine. So anyway, I was mad about that, because I like her a lot. So here's Gwyneth Paltrow. Again, it's hard to describe this, except it's tulle. Pardon me. Froofy tulle with a froofy little neck piece, and it's see-through, and it's kind of brown or like a tan, but the material underneath it that is her bra and anything that's covering her is kind of a brown. I guess it's peachy. I don't know. It's see-through anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's her skin color. And then she also has like this fucking like necklace underneath it, underneath the tulle. And she has that jewelry on, bracelets on, and long earrings. It's very like boho or whatever, I guess. Oh, I can see her ass. Oh, it's so ugly. And then, like a multi-tiered skirt that's see-through. And then her underwear looked like had multi-tiers on it, like baby underwear. Excuse me, I'm still sick, and I try not to cough in your faces. Who haven't we seen yet? We haven't seen Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Maybe I just haven't seen her. they're flashing people by very quickly. Who else? Sofia Vergara. We saw her. Joe Manganiello right now has a big, goofy beard. I did not like. But she looked very pretty, in her regular sparkly, mermaid style kind of dress. She's having fun. That show's still on. I'm like, is she nominated for something? I gotta go look in the nominations. I gotta get my thing out, but she can't possibly still be nominated for that show. I feel like that show's been on since the dawn of time. I flipped it on the other day. I was like, what is even happening? I don't know how they still come up with stuff for these people to do. But anyway, it's the last season, right? So then she'll need to find something else to do. Get her to be able to come to these award shows. She lives for those. So she's there. Who else is nominated? I haven't seen Chris Evans yet. I saw that Ansel Elgort. He has Tom Hiddleston hair right now, where it's like long in the back and poofy in the front. It was kind of looking greasy, and I didn't, so I was like, oh, I wish Tom was coming. He could have maybe just presented something. That would have been nice. I also, I put on the blog that I, for very early on, like before the hour, usually you come right, like within an hour of the show is when all the, cool people come. But there's, Dead-Eyed Baby Joe, all when, they're 2 hours early and alone. And I will never understand that. It makes absolutely no fucking sense to me. If I was going to go to the same event as my boyfriend, I don't understand not standing together. Like, it doesn't make it any... no explanation. Besides, I don't want to share the spotlight with anybody but me. I want everybody's eyes on me and not on us. That's the only explanation for that. That selfish fucking bitch explanation. Otherwise, why wouldn't you want to be there with him? It seems like it's a lot of, it's kind of stressful. There's lots of people there. It's, it's kind of crazy. I would want to be there with somebody that I was, felt comfortable with, and they're not going to bring him up. Maybe they will. Who knows? I mean, Ryan Seacrest will do that. They'll bring them both up, or he can stand at the bottom and wait for you. Now, maybe he doesn't want to do that, but I doubt it. Because he's not there for any reason other than to be there with her, because he's not... The movie he was in was not nominated for anything. The woman... He was in the Harriet Tubman movie. The woman was in the... Cynthia... Arico? Is that how you pronounce her last name? She's nominated. I saw her earlier. She's in a very sparkly, pretty dress. Ooh, you know who else is in a very sparkly, pretty thing? Is Kate McKinnon. Who could do no wrong. She can wear what she wants. But, because she's fabulous. But, she's in a pantsuit that has, like, sparkly appliques all over it. Beautiful. Loved it. I forgot to talk about Margot Robbie. She's in a, it kind of looks like a two-piece dress with the top is kind of sparkly in all different colors, and the bottom was white. I couldn't decide if it was pants or just a straight skirt. It's like a straight skirt that's not tight, but it's not ball gowny. It's just straight. So that's a little, it's fine. It's not going to be very memorable, I would say. When everything shakes down. But I guess, if you're going for memorable, then, J-Lo hit the nail on the head, because I don't forget that soon enough. Really, really horribleness. But Margot Robbie's so pretty, she could wear whatever she wants, really. right? Get away with it. It's but I love a sequence, so I do like it. It just doesn't seem like the two pieces match each other. So, but here's Adam Driver. He's in a suit, a tux. Sorry. I don't know. Is that his wife in pink? She's wearing full pink, like all the way up to her neck. I saw the Marriage Story. It was good. It's one of those things where it's hard to watch people, and I feel like, I wanted more about why they decided to get a divorce rather than about the divorce process. So anyway, I won't spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but it was good. It was fine. Okay. Now they're starting to show some people. Here's Laura Dern, who's fantastic, and I adore her. She's wearing a beaded, multicolored. It's black, but it has beaded, multicolored sort of appliques on it. I can't see the full thing, but I don't hate it for the top. Nicole Kidman has jumped in on her interview. She's wearing a bright red strapless dress, matching lipstick. She seems normal today, not too drunk. Her hair is very blonde. Their hair is basically the same color, but Laura's has like a little wave in it. Nicole's wearing like bird cage earrings. I like it overall. I'm down with it. No necklace though. I just feel like a strapless dress needs a necklace. But I think that Laura Dern's looks very comfortable. I think that's definitely what I would go with if I were a celebrity going to a red carpet thing like this. I had to sit in 3-hour award show. Speaking of uncomfortable, although he did say it zips off, Billy Porter arrived earlier in a white tuxedo that was fully from the waist down of the coat of feathers and had a long feathered train. And he said the feathers zip off, and so he can sit down. I was like, okay. All right. So, it's for the drama. He knows he has to bring the drama now. He's, expected to. And so that was his. He said 3 months ago they started making it before he was even nominated for the award. Now Paul Rudd is here. Oh, yeah, I love Laura Dern's dress. I think just because she can pull it off, She's just that kind of, like, Earth Mother, kind of hippy-dippy. She can pull, anything off. Oh, my God, Paul Rudd is the cutest. Like, just the cutest boy ever. I always want to call him say that, like he's just a cute boy. Even though he's 50. He still looks like he's 25. He was the cute boy in Clueless. But he's even cuter now. I find him more attractive now than I did when he was in Clueless. So, freaking men, and they're, like, getting better with age. He is definitely one. He'll be at 70. He'll look the same and be just as gorgeous. But he's a little nugget. That's one thing he's got. I like him tall. But still, like, how much fun would he be? I'm not really, like, sexually attracted to him. I just want to, like, hang out with him. And, like, just I think it would be so much fun. Like him and Amy Poehler. Like, imagine the time when he was on Parks and Recreation. And, like, he and Amy Poehler and Adam Scott and Nick Offerman, they just, like, went out for dinners or just, like, hung out, went to happy hour after work. Like, imagine that group of people and how much fun that would be. And maybe Tina Fey shows up. Oh my god, dream come true. And, Maya Rudolph, they call her. She comes over. Like, those are all my favorite people. I love that show. Tangents. I'm sad it's gone. But I still watch it on the reruns. Whenever I see it on the reruns. So, about the Golden Globes. I'm excited for Ricky Gervais to host. Although, again, I do miss Tina and Amy. Those are the best. They, because somehow they were able, I think, to say the kind of things that Ricky says, but they got away with it because they're cute, and and they say it in a little bit of a softer way than his, dry British humor does. Some people don't get it. Although I think that, it's been enough years now of him hosting that, people expect it, and they are ready to be either, upset about it and offended, or to understand, like, okay, he's kidding, let it go. Just laugh and unclench, So, I'm excited to hear what he has to say, though. Leo has not arrived yet. I did see Brad Pitt. It's hard to talk about the guys because they all look the same. The suits are the same. Or, Rami Malek was there. His girlfriend is wearing some kind of silver. It looks like something that aliens would wear in the future, or like tinfoil, but Little House on the Prairie. If that makes any sense, the high neck, long sleeves, poofy, accordion like material, but silver. Real bad. And then she had like some kind of silver eyeshadow stuff on the corner of her eyes, and her hair was like all teased up in the back. I suppose she's a funky boho kind of gal, but it was a whole lot. Sometimes it's just like, look, who said it? Coco Chanel. Look in the mirror, take one thing off before you leave the house. She needed to definitely tone half of that down. Who else I would say? Oh, Brad Pitt. He's got like a longer hair going on. I mean, he's Brad Pitt. What can you say? What could he can't do any wrong. Waiting for Leo to arrive. Chris Evans is not there yet, as far as or if they have not shown him at all. I think it's kind of strange that the show is on NBC, and so is a football game. And so they're not doing any like pre-show. Usually the network has its own like half an hour or hour before the awards show. They'll do their own thing. And I have seen other, of course, entertainment reporters on the red carpet interviewing people. I guess that's just for the shows on Monday, but it was making me nervous. Luckily, this game is over, but other games have gone into overtime this weekend, and so I was like, what if the game goes into overtime, and what are they going to postpone the live Golden Globes to show the live football game? Like, you can't, but it's over. The Seahawks won, so we should be fine. Here's the Jonas. And his he's wearing a double-breasted, buttoned-up jacket, shiny suit with a bolo tie. Is that what that thing is? My like old Uncle Glenn used to wear those. So they're talking about, of course, all the vacations they went on, and they got a new dog, and because they put their entire life on Instagram, and yeah, I just don't have any respect for them. I just feel like everything about them is for public relations. It's to get publicity. Neither one of them are good enough to do anything on their own. She can't get any good roles or anything like that, so she's just gonna milk her last name now. I think she's pregnant. There was a picture that she posted the other day, and she had her hand on her stomach. Now she doesn't look pregnant right now. So maybe I was wrong, but she's sort of poured into that dress. But maybe she's very early pregnant. Who knows? But that's bound to happen. That's that's the next step. Oh, now Juliana Rancic, who has a very long wig on, because this is not her hair, or lots of extensions, because her hair is like all the way down to her butt, and it's very blonde. But anyway, she is with Keegan-Michael Key, who's one of my favorite people. He's like probably one of my perfect men. If I could, we should get married. He is so funny. He is married, I think, though. Like that matters. But anyway, he's I love this, super funny, and he's like this kind of manic energy, which is like the opposite of me, which is what I need. And just like smart and cute and fun. And he's the kind of stuff that Key and Peele would write. Genius. Hysterical. I work with this woman, we call her Jaqueline, and her name's Jacqueline or Jackie. We call her Jaqueline. She was like, what? But that skit they did where he said all the names, where he was the substitute teacher. Hysterical. And then they would do the everybody who's going to be in the Pro Bowl, or everybody, all the football players. Hysterical. It's hysterical. And did you see? And then Toy Story 4, he and Jordan are like a buddy and a pig, or a buddy and a. I have to see that movie again. Anyway, they're two stuffed animals. Hysterical. I love it. Who's this pretty? Oh, this is that Rachel Brosnahan. I haven't watched that show. The Mrs. Maisel. I don't know. I just don't feel like it doesn't draw me in, even though it wins all these awards and everybody talks about it. I just don't. Nothing. I see it there. Nothing makes me push play. Everything else, I will go to old Friends episodes or The Office or whatever before I push play on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So I should really give it a try. Anyway, she has on a beautiful purple sequin gown. It's I love the color of it. It's like a grape, I guess it's like a grape. Grape is maybe not a great description because that might make it sound bad, but it's a lovely color. Kit Harington is there. He's wearing all black. I like his short hair, and I'm glad he got some facial hair back, because I think when it was the end of end of Game of Thrones, he shaved it all off, and that is not a look for him. He should always have facial hair, because otherwise he has like a fat baby face. I think he's the only Game of Thrones person nominated tonight for a Golden Globe. That show did not get nominated at all for anything. Which is pretty shocking, but also the Golden Globes are weird. They're like new. Oh, it's purple and it has. Sorry, Rachel Brosnahan's dress is purple and it has sort of a. What can I think of all the names of these kind of design things? It has a really cool bottom to it anyway. I like it. But anyway, the Golden Globes always like something new. They like foreign things. They like, people who are not American. You always find that, it's just like how Tom won a Golden Globe but not an Emmy. The Emmys are very American, and this feels like it rewards a lot of international actors and projects and things like that. So, new things. Pardon me. They don't, that's why something like Game of Thrones has been on forever, or Modern Family. These types of shows don't really get the love at the Golden Globes, like new and upcoming things do. It's always like something totally off, or out of bounds that you're like, what? That one? What is it? Oh, I just remembered that Jodie Comer was there. That's Villanelle from Killing Eve. She's wearing just a giant piece of green fabric. It's up on her shoulders. It's billowy and like ruffly, and then it just goes down like a bed sheet, but like a stiff bed sheet, like silk, and all the way down to the floor. And then it had like a big billowy green train, and it was just all green. So not a fan of that. I don't. It had no shape to it. I mean, I guess it's comfortable because she got no shape to it. She can, she no need to put Spanx on underneath that because it was just a huge. It looked like a Christmas tree skirt. It really did look like a couple people have just been like, okay, we're going to gather up all this leftover stuff we have for Christmas and just make a dress out of it, Cinderella. So it was, it's been a very bizarre, but some people, just went with your typical sequins. We've had some boring, I almost forgot they were there people. But anyway, it's usually fun inside. I'm waiting for Leo to show up. I did not like that movie, though. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm not a fan of Quentin Tarantino. It has no plot. It's just a bunch of vignettes of different things that happen. That he never really ties it together for me. And he didn't in this. It was just, I guess, just a day in Hollywood. That's, what was the point of having her in the movie at all? She barely had any lines. She certainly didn't have a plot. I just, I didn't get it. But I don't get most of his movies. I just don't like it. I guess this Parasite movie is really good, but again, I find it so frustrating that these award shows, give out these awards or, to movies that nobody has seen and that don't even come out until, like, that movie is not even out. And you can't, but, of course it's screened for voters. But it's not out for like another couple weeks, I think it is. So regular people can't even see it, but we're supposed to be excited if it wins. And I mean, I know it's not about, it shouldn't be like, let's give out awards for movies so that people will watch the award show. Because that's what the, American Music Awards are for. They're the People's Choice Awards and all that kind of stuff. That People's Choice Awards will say that The Fast and the Furious 10 was the best movie last year or whatever. But can there be a middle ground where there are movies that people have actually seen that we can agree on? Like, why it has to be a movie that's in Japanese. It's either Japanese or South Korean. And it's, I have no idea what it's about, and I haven't seen anything about it, but it's winning all the awards. Renee Zellweger is there now with Ryan, I'm still waiting for the snake to show up too. Um, she's in a sky blue dress. Looks fine to me. I think she stopped getting fillers in her face too. Like she was getting them for a while, and she looked like she kind of disappeared. And then when she came back, she had all these fillers in her face, and you couldn't tell like that it was even her. And now she stopped getting them, I think, and she looks much better and beautiful and just like natural. Beautiful, structured, like light blue dress. Way to go, Renee. Go for you, honey girl. You get your Judy Oscar. Here's Scarlett. It's as I said earlier, it's red. It has like a big billowy back to it, like it's structured at the hips, and it's very low cut. I thought her boobs were bigger than this. Like she must have them like hunched backwards up into the thing. Because she should have like major cleavage based on this dress, but she doesn't. They're kind of like pulled apart. Beautiful, gorgeous diamond necklace. Must be millions around her neck. Makeup is pretty and sparkly and shiny. She didn't go with the red lip with the red dress. She went with a very, very soft pink lip. Which I think I agree with, because the hair is very extreme and like very pulled back. So I think red dress, red lips would have been like too much. But that's what she would have done like 10 years ago when she was younger. But, a more mature 40-something-year-old Scarlett Johansson, went with the light lip, which I agree. She was good at that in that movie. It was a more subtle performance, I don't know about this Black Widow movie. I suppose I'll go see it because Marvel has my ass, and I have to go see everything. Oh, there's a big bow in the back of this dress. I couldn't see before. I'm against a bow, especially an ass bow, and a bow in the front. That's enormous. Oh, they're having to go to a commercial now. I'm like, go back to Brad Pitt. Oh, they're showing like the inside of the... They never do that. The chaos on the inside of the lobby. I was talking about A Marriage Story. So that's nominated. And the Parasite I haven't seen. And I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I still haven't saw The Irishman, which is, on Netflix and right there for me. But I know it's like a 3-hour commitment I have to make about mobsters. And just can't bring myself to do it yet. Maybe now that the holidays are all over. But definitely before the Oscars come out, of course. But I did love it. I hope it wins The Politician. That's nominated today. I'm switching to television now. That's on. That's nominated, and I think was a really good. Ryan Murphy kind of crazy. It got kind of cuckoo crazy towards the ends. I will say that. But you just kind of have to hold on. It's just like all Ryan Murphy stuff, right? It's like in the beginning, it's like really good, and you're on with it, and then you're like, okay, why is it going to this? Everybody has lost their minds. But just hold on, keep watching. Mostly because I love Ben Platt. He is the cutest, and I love they find ways to get him to sing, just so he can sing. It's a really good show anyway. If you haven't seen it, I know it was out a while ago, and it's one of those things where, if you don't watch it when it's hot for that minute, then you forget about it. I think that's how That's how things are going nowadays anyway with this binging and the that's why it's kind of smart that The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, like came out every Friday and you couldn't binge watch it because people kept talking about it for however, for 8 weeks or whatever, however long, many episodes there were. We just kept talking about it, and every Friday there would be all this articles about it and that kind of thing, so it's I think that's probably the way that they're all going to start going. I'm sure that's what they're going to do with Loki, or all the Disney Plus shows that they're bringing out. Is they're not going to drop them all at once. It's going to be a experience that you have to wait a week for, which kind of makes me mad. But it's understandable because we're going to wait now for so long for it. And then if they dropped them all at once, I would just be like, that's all I would do for a day, and then I would watch them all again, and then it would be over. And then you're like, okay, now what's next? When they spent a year making this television show, and everybody watches it in 5 hours, 6 hours, and then they're like, okay, well, give me more. When's the next season? So I can understand why they've started to do it that way. Makes a lot of sense. All right. Well, we're coming to the end here. The show's about to begin. And I'm just going to watch it. I'm not going to talk you through that. This is probably maybe boring enough if you weren't watching the actual Golden Globes stuff with me. But hopefully it was interesting. And I'm also planning to do another podcast just about, sort of 2019 and everything that went down with Tom, but also went down just in life or just in, like pop culture, and the things that I liked and the things that I didn't, and some of the highlights of the year, and so I'm going to get to that soon. I was kind of waiting till my voice didn't sound like this, but it seems that I'm going to be sick forever. So, hopefully I'll be getting that out next week. But, sorry, Brad Pitt is talking. He also has Tom hair although his hair is straight, it is long in the back and poofy in the front. So apparently that's the cool dude thing to do right now. So maybe Tom is in the is in with the hip. Sorry, I had to mute it. The hip hairstyle right now, although it's not. We saw it, it looks terrible. I don't like it on Brad Pitt either. I want that back part cut off. I like the top. I want the back part cut off. I do not like long hair on men. Anyway, so I hope everybody had a great weekend, and I hope you enjoy the Golden Globes. And I will be back here soon. I promise. Okay. Thanks for listening. Bye.